the Spanish chef Omar Allibhoy from Tapas Revolution, and today I'm going to show you how to cook Merluza a la romana, a Spanish classic for the British fish and chips. It's literally the same, but we make it with a lighter butter, which is made just of egg, and then we fry it in olive oil, so it has a little bit more depth of flavor as well. And to mix even better, which is the most important thing. But without further ado, let me show you how to make it. We're going to need some slices of hake or a loin of hake, some English mustard, good extra virgin olive oil, preferably Spanish, plain flour, salt, eggs, a lighter olive oil made out of refined olive oil, and a lemon, so very few ingredients. And we're going to start by preparing the mayonnaise in the way that my mom always does it. So as usual, I've squeezed a little bit of lemon juice, I've added a pinch of salt, a half a teaspoon of English mustard, and now I'm adding the oils in about 3/4 of the light olive oil and 1/4 of the extra virgin, as well as the egg. And now we're going to bring our hand blender right to the bottom, and we're going to start blending it without moving. And start to, as you see that it emulsifies, then is how you start bringing it up very, very slowly. In this case, it's very runny and I want it a bit thicker, so I'm adding some extra virgin olive oil and again a bit of the lighter olive oil, which will bring it to the texture that I want. As you can see now, it's nice and thick. So keep this in the fridge for later when we need it to serve. And now I'm going to start cleaning the fish. I'm not going to use the entire hake, so I'm just removing the dorsal fin of the about 4 slices that I need for this dish, as I'm saving part of the hake for another dish that I will be cooking for you. Now cut the slices starting from the tail in my case, but look, you may have bought some clean loins as well. Sometimes you can buy them frozen and they are equally as good, so you lose a bit of texture, but they will do the job really well. And of course, it comes without saying that this dish can be done with pollock, with cod, with any other local fish that is sustainable that you can find from where you come from, where you live. Once you have your slices, we're gonna start warming up the oil, as it will take about 10 minutes in a small crown. I'm using the small burner so that the oil doesn't get too hot, by the way. So pour all your oil. I'm pouring it inside a wok. In my case, it's just a convenient container in where to fry, and I'm gonna start whisking the eggs. You don't have to whisk the eggs too much until they are frothy. Season your slices of hake with a little bit of salt only, and we're gonna lightly coat it in the flour. As you see, I've took a very small amount. You don't need much, so just make sure that it's fully coated, that's for sure. And then dip them in your egg and leave them there until your oil is ready. How do you know that? Because we're gonna add a crumb, and the moment that we see that it just goes up without delay to the top and starts frying, that means it's about 160-180 degrees, which is exactly what we need. I'm using a toothpick to slowly immerse each individual piece of the hake into the oil, and as you can see, I sort of move it into one side to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom and that the egg coating doesn't run away. If you bring it down too quickly, some of the egg will separate, and as well you'll be putting your hand at risk, that some may spill back into your hand. So just do it carefully and slowly as you're frying with a lot of oil. Make sure your kids are not around as well. And we're gonna leave it there for about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on the size of your slices or the loins that you're cooking. And now, with the help of a slotted spoon, slotted spatula, remove them from the oil carefully and pat dry them in a little bit of kitchen paper. And now it's time to plate up. So grab a large spoon of mayonnaise and place a dollop and sort of smear it in the plate. Well, that's my style. You can do it as you please. Just serve the fish by one side, the lemon on the other, and leave the mayonnaise in a container. That'll be a very normal thing to do. But I just decided to put it pretty for the photograph and added a little bit of seasoning on top, as it's never enough salt when you have a coating, so much coating in this case. So moist. It's like butter, literally. It's falling off the bone. Delicious. And the mayonnaise is so subtle. It's my mom's style. It's sensational. I hope you try it. I hope you give it a go. And if you need the written recipe, you can find it on my website, as well as Spanish products in case you live in the UK. You can get them delivered in a couple of days, all a range of Spanish products. You can get my books from the usual, my website or Amazon. And if you want to try my restaurants on the flesh, please visit our website, tapasrevolution.com, or just visit any of our locations. All the best, familia, and see you on the next video. Adios. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe.